Everything that we earn, every title, every bit of power, every prestige, all of this, it dissipates. It dissipates very, very quickly. So how do we create meaning, knowing the fleetingness and also universally the insignificance of what we do? Well, our meaning is to recognize that simultaneous nothingness and everythingness of our existence. And so, let's say you're lying on your back and you're looking up at the stars. So that fills all of us. Doesn't matter your religion, doesn't matter your language or your culture. But it's impossible to look up at the stars and not feel like nothing. Feel so insignificant. And if you stay there long enough and you allow your heart to open, what you feel is you are the stars. You are the space. There is no place you end and space begins. We raise our hands to the light. And you raise them high enough and you realize you are the light. The light for which you are reaching is emanating out of your fingers. And it becomes that awareness, that felt sense awareness, not an intellectual knowledge, but a felt sense awareness of our connection to the universe, which renders the individual I meaningless, yes, but it renders the real I of vast significance, because I am the universe. And so what we do gets done out of an awareness of my connection to the universe, out of an awareness of my crucial role in the universe. And, as I always remind people, that doesn't mean it's going to be big and important and glamorous and romantic and fun. But nonetheless, it's a piece that holds the rest together, Scientifically, as more and more species are going extinct, it's a really interesting phenomenon, both from a science perspective and a spiritual perspective, because as we lose these tiny, tiny species of insects that you'd think, really, who cares? Like that particular species of butterfly, or that particular species of worm, or that particular species of bee. Who cares? Doesn't impact my life, we think. But actually, the ripple impact, the global impact that science is now giving us of the extinction of one species of butterfly, of one species of bee, can lead to global pandemics, can lead to global starvation. It's not that butterfly is so powerful. It's not that butterfly is feeding people. It's that butterfly is so intricately connected to the world, to the pollinization of the trees that it lands on, and to carrying the pollen to other places the trees then grow, the trees, whatever it may be. Every aspect here is crucial. And so we recognize on a deep spiritual level the simultaneous nothingness and everythingness of our existence. And then we really pledge to just live our lives with that awareness that whatever I'm doing, I mean, you could look at what does a butterfly do? What does the bee do? What does this earthworm do? Well, in the global scheme of things, it certainly doesn't seem very big and important. But actually, it's crucially important. And so whatever role we are playing, it's of crucial importance. We may not be able to see it. We may not know it. But if you're able to step back enough to see the full tapestry, the thread of which each of us is a part becomes apparent. You know, if you've got, let's say, a very beautiful, expensive wool sweater made of God knows how many, thousands and thousands of threads. Well, one thread isn't very significant at all until it unravels. Right? You never notice one thread. Who cares? One thread. But the minute that one thread catches on, a nail somewhere or a hook somewhere and begins to unravel, what you find is it pulls the whole sweater with it. And so our meaning in life is the thread we all are as part of the global tapestry. And so how to live that. And of course there's no cookie cutter answer to that because we're all different threads. We're all different parts in that existence. But to do whatever we do with full sincerity, with full commitment. Because the only way not to be doing what you're supposed to do is to be by being lazy, being distracted, ignoring it. That insincerity. That's the only way to make sure that you're not getting it. But whatever you do it fully. Do it sincerely. Do it with an awareness of your thread and the impact that that's having on the whole tapestry. And even if you can't make a commitment to, create the whole tapestry, make a commitment that at least you're going to make sure your thread doesn't unravel. You're going to make sure that you are not the thread that unravels. And that's really all each of us can do. And stay open, because the universe is going to flow through you. Like the butterfly knows where to fly, the bee knows where to fly. They're not embarking on a mission to pollinate the earth. They're just flying and landing. They're just looking for soft spots to land. They're not getting bonus points for how many flowers they pollinate. They don't go home and say, "Hey, Mom, guess what? I carried that pollen to the farthest place out. I'm the best pollinator you've got." It's not even part of their awareness. But they're listening to that just inner voice that says, fly here, land here. Or, in many cases, they're just following what the other butterflies are doing. And that's how it all stays together. So if you can find meaning in that, then no matter what you're doing, at home, in the office, in the garden, traffic, it's all meaningful. Because every moment is able to be used. No moment gets wasted. You don't find yourself doing things to just pass the time. You don't find yourself wasting time. Because every moment becomes very, very precious.